Over the weekend, Oprah Winfrey sat down with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry. They sit down and they talk about some things that are going on in the royal family. There was a royal interview. Now, a number of people talked about this. I mean, this is major news. For some reason, America's always been super duper fascinated with the British royals. It's a really big deal. I never really got into it, never really understand it. But then, you know, I'm who I am. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me, guys. Maybe it's me. But look. The rest of the world or the rest of the country, they're interested. So be it. Here we go. They say this interview was highly anticipated. I didn't even know it was going to happen till it happened. Okay, it happened. Now, apparently, there's something going on with a scandal. This scandal is that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, from Suits, actress, mixed, biracial. She's threatening to rip open a racism scandal around Buckingham Palace. Okay, so a racism scandal around Buckingham Palace because they say that Meghan, who has had black, told Oprah that concerns were raised by an unnamed family member while she was pregnant about how dark their baby's skin would be. Harry went on to confirm this conversation, saying he was a bit shocked by it. Meghan also said her life as a British royal was so isolating that at one point she didn't want to live anymore. The accusations come at a delicate time for the royal family because Queen Elizabeth's husband, Prince Philip, is recovering after a heart procedure. Okay, guys, so let's unpack this just a little bit. The world is racist. There's racism all over the world. America has not cornered the market on racism, particularly colorism. Okay? So if you're walking around thinking, hey man, I live in Boston, and this so is racist in Boston. Nowhere else in the world is as racist as it is in Boston. Or maybe you live in Alabama. You're like, man, I live in Mobile, Alabama. And it really is racist in Mobile, Alabama. Man, it's so racist in Mobile, Alabama. Nowhere else is it racist like this. Maybe you live in Washington, D.C. You're like, man, Washington, D.C. is so gentrified and racicized. Whenever I'm walking around Washington, D.C., all I feel is the racism. Here's a newsflash. You're going to find that all over the country, depending on where you go and who you bump into. This is a problem. That's why people have been talking about it forever. Because we've been experiencing it forever, and it doesn't much give a damn about water being in the way. So, there is racism in Europe. And yes, people whose entire fortunes, everything, their entire existence of the royal family is based on what? Race and class. And blood. See, when they tell me you think that Prince Harry and his wife thought, oh, well, it never dawned on them that bringing a half-black girl, a commoner no less, a common black girl, not just a black girl, but a common black girl. I don't think it would much matter to them if you were common in that. But you're going to bring an outsider black person into the family, knock her up, have babies with her, whatever. You don't think that it never crossed your mind that these people whose entire existence is based on lineage, race, class, that they would ever be like, who is this? And why is this? And what the hell are you doing? There's some poor ass people watching right now who grew up in West Virginia or New Jersey or Maryland for that matter, who've had to deal with that shit, and they didn't come from royal lineage. Their parents slid out of a uterus somewhere in Nevada or something. I don't know, Las Vegas, and they still have to deal with it. Maybe their mother was a booze hound and their father was a guy with a gambling problem. And they lived somewhere in Virginia somewhere, and they still had to deal with the same crap. But now you're surprised? So look, man, one of the biggest problems we have in media is we got a bunch of people keeping up a facade, a false narrative. Okay? People are acting like this makes sense. They're giving cover to Harry. Harry, look, man, Harry and Meghan, yeah, you got some racist people in your family. Okay? Stop acting like Oprah just cracked the Morse code or the Da Vinci Code. She didn't solve anything. You ain't revealing anything. And anybody, look, if you had the Ring device set up in your rooms of the palace, right, or the homes of the people in the family, the royal family, I bet you would have heard a lot of conversations. Oh, man, this is nothing that you're telling me right here. This right here, people going, well, how dark's the baby going to be? Hey, I know some black families that would ask that shit, okay? Hey, come on now. Come on now. I know some black families would be like, hey, what's up with the dark skin? Why you come up in this joint with Wesley Snipes? What's going on? Why you up in here with Leslie Jones? What's wrong? Couldn't find somebody brown skin? What's going on? Y'all don't like that, but that's true, man. Look. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I want it to continue. In fact, it's wrong. It needs to end, but it is reality. Look, Harry's broke. They cut his ass off money. They took his world checkbook. So now Harry and Meghan have to become celebrities like Kardashians. In fact, the Kardashians have more money than Harry and Meghan. So they got to make the rounds, raise the profile, get some of that Obama and Michelle money, some of that Barack and Michelle money by going on Spotify. Look, inside of 6 months, look for them to have their own podcast if they don't have it already. Yeah, they'll bring on people like Russell Brand, and they're going to Bruce Springsteen, Obama podcast, and look for this to happen. I find it very insulting, right? That all of a sudden these people, they're people acting like this is new shit. It's not new shit. And I know a lot of people love Oprah, and I get that. I understand. Hey, look, man, I grew up in the 80s. I understand. I get it. My favorite rappers are Biggie and Tupac. Okay? I get it. People love, I remember black women running home to watch Oprah, white women running home to watch Oprah, white men and black men running away from the TV to get away from Oprah. I remember all of that. Listen to this. Oprah actually sitting there with a straight face, trying to act surprised. Oh, you mean to tell me someone's racist in the royal family? Everyone in the royal family is over 78, right? The median age of the royal family is like 82, okay? So, yes, it's a bunch of old racist British people in the royal family. You guys miss me with the bullshit, miss my audience with the nonsense. This is not news. You know what would be news, guys? It would be news if Harry said they loved Meghan. And they all wanted to get spray tans or something to match her pigmentation or match her color. Okay? That would be news. I'd be like, wow! Then you could act surprised. But for you to act surprised that there's someone whose name they won't mention is wondering how dark the baby's going to be. I'm surprised that people let you get away with that shit. But it's America and people are phony. So that's all it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's cool. Let me make this clear. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it is what it is. Okay? It's reality, okay? And for you not to live in reality with the rest of us because your mother, was born and whatever, okay, that's not acceptable. The sun don't shine a special way for you. It's the world, okay? Okay. Now, the next story we'll be covering is Derek Chauvin, the horrible cop in Minnesota. Like I said, racism does exist. If you want to see racism, and how this plays out, how police officers choke the life out of people, and how that's going to court, you want to tune into that next story. Okay. All right, Skippy. Stay tuned, and we'll be playing here all week, educating you on reality. Right here on The Tim Black Show.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.